Hey guys, my name is Rita and welcome to my channel. So today I'm barefaced and I didn't do my hair. Well, the not doing my hair part was because I'm just lazy. I didn't feel like doing it today. But the no foundation part is because we have a very exciting video today. We're going to do an unboxing and also a look with the PLOUISE October budget box. Now, before we get into it, I actually have a story time for you, which is, this isn't my first box. I actually got the September mystery box, which was the Halloween one, and I did do a video with it, but I had messed with my camera settings before I started filming, and essentially the settings I picked were the wrong ones for the setup that I have in my bedroom right now, which meant that essentially the video was ruined. I didn't redo it because at that point it felt a bit redundant, but it's alright. I liked the stuff and I'm excited to see more from them. So this month we do have a video and we have a new box. Now this little thing cost me, I'm pretty sure, around 35 euros, which is 30 pounds. The shipping was nearly 13 euros. So all in all, it cost me 47.90. And also there were customs for this for around, I think, 13-14 euros. It was a lot more expensive than I originally anticipated. But because I was impressed with my first box, of course I'm going to continue the subscription. Now this one, if I remember correctly, is fairy themed, like an enchanted theme all around, and from the box itself you kind of get that. It's got vines over here and a lot of butterflies, and it says special delivery. And my favorite thing is actually the quote, because it says, "All of us are a little fragile, babe. Spread your wings and fly." I mean, it's corny, but I do really like the motivational quotes that they sprinkle in the boxes and also in some of the palettes. I haven't seen much like that from other brands. It's a plus for me. But that's enough rambling on, so let's jump into the unboxing. I haven't opened this, by the way, so this is the first time I'm opening this with you guys, and I'm gonna pull it. These things are always so hard to open. The cardboard is very sturdy. Here's a sneak peek of the box. Here's a sneak peek of what we're getting. Oh my gosh, I see something yellow. No! Alright, we're gonna leave that until the end because I already know that I'm not gonna be the best person to judge this. And we'll take a look at everything else first. So the first thing we have inside is the PLOUISE Skin, the finishing touch, all over body glow. This is the packaging up close. This side with the butterflies is super cute. Let's read more about what this is. So on the side it says, "The finishing touch, the final flourish. Stepping out on the town with a glow so nourished. Shimmering reflects to attract attention. One drop is enough to create decadent dimension. Catching light and standout shine, a sprinkle of skin magic. I'm transported to cloud 9. This pump of perfection is all that you need, whether it's the décolletage or the legs that take lead." Well, I don't have any décolletage today, but we can still test it. "They say that my radiance can be too much. Won't dull out my luminosity, babe, 'cause I've got the finishing touch." The directions to use say, apply a pump of the product directly to the skin or to the tip of a body brush buff into the skin using circular massaging motions and watch the glow show. Provides a long-lasting iridescent shine and enhances skin reflectivity. And it's in the shade Fairy Wings. Here it is on the inside, and I really do hope that you can see the shine because this is absolutely gorgeous. From what I can see, this has got speckles of pink, blue, and green. Maybe some yellow, but predominantly pink, blue, and green. I do have body glows, but I don't have anything like this. I'll definitely try to use this on the face today, just so that we can test it. I'm pumping some of it on my hand, and I'm blending it out. Here it is blended on the back of my hand. It definitely has a lot of shine, and the light catches it really nicely. The green is a lot more noticeable once it's spread out, but I do really like the look of this. Next up we have the PLOUISE Believe in the Fireflies brush set. Again, the artwork of this is absolutely stunning. And on the back as well. The inside has got the same design. On the back it says, "Getting glam takes a few ingredients and just a pinch of trust. Believing in the bristles before you, fluffy fibers are a must. With every sweep and stipple, with every pat and blend, A look forms before you, trusting the process, perfected in the end. Remember, it's not just your makeup that helps you look your best. An artist is only as good as their tools, so put your brushes to the test. Whether you try out new techniques or stick with your signature style, whatever direction you choose to follow, be guided by your smile. 'Cause remember that happiness ain't always about following the crowd. Gotta stay true to what works for you and speak your truth aloud. So dust over some destiny, tap on a touch of love, a look to suit you inside and out that fits just like a glove. I'm telling you, they always have the most outrageous descriptions. One of the sentences is also on the side, and here's how it looks like on the inside. I've seen PLOUISE's brushes before, and these look like they're pretty standard pink brushes. But there's definitely a lot of them. I definitely got like a chemically whiff from these, but it's quickly going away, so I don't think it's an issue. I have no idea how many brushes are in here, and I hope it says on the box, but these are so many brushes. You could easily do your whole face with these. Now remember guys, the box is 30 pounds, so when they say that this is a budget box, they do really mean it. But the thing is, even though it's 30 pounds, you got 3 items, so you're basically getting all of these brushes for 10 pounds. That is unreal, and that's why this subscription really appeals to me. Like, I used to subscribe to BoxyCharm and Ipsy for a little while. Even though I'm from Europe, like, I would use a shipping service to get it shipped to me. And I used to pay like $21 for it. It was good, but you definitely didn't get as many brushes as you're getting in this one. And also, they started upping the price and the box didn't get much better. Like, it kept going downhill actually. So I did end up canceling both Ipsy and BoxyCharm, which are now from the same company. But I do really like makeup subscriptions, so I'm very happy that this one is not only affordable, well, not to me, but you know, if you were in the UK, it would be affordable. But they do always try to improve from what I've seen from them. Very happy with this brush set. The box doesn't say how many come in the set, so I'm just gonna count them real quick. 20 brushes. 20 for 30 pounds. Honestly, you can't really beat that. It's obviously going to depend on the quality of these, but I will put them to the test and I'm expecting to like them. They feel really soft. So these are all the face brushes and you get 7. These 4 I think could be used for blush or bronzer. This one is a little highlight brush. And these 2 seem to be more like foundation / concealer brushes. These 13 are all eye brushes and you pretty much get everything that you could possibly want, from big ones to detailed ones. A dual-ended one with a spoolie. So yeah, like I said, I'm very happy with these. And now let's move on to the palette I'm terrified to look at. Now, if you've seen my very first video, you will have seen that I said that I didn't like green that much and it's not my favorite color, though it looks good in my eyes, but personally it's not a favorite color. Though I do look good in green, don't get me wrong, I actually like wearing dark green lipstick. I do like dark smoky green eyes on me, but green is not my favorite color. I don't like looking at it aesthetically. I am more interested in the pink blue range. But worse than green, that I don't think looks even good on my eyes, would have to be yellow. So that's probably why Life decided to give me a yellow palette. I've seen the spoilers for this and they were actually, I'm pretty sure there were 5 palettes. A purple one, a blue one, a green one, which is ironically the one I wanted because it wasn't dark greens, it was more like fairy light greens and I don't have that many greens like that. A pink and this yellow one. And I remember thinking, just give me all of them except the yellow. So I got the yellow one. On the bright side though, because yellow is not my color, I don't have that many yellow palettes. So this might be, I think it is, my first yellow themed palette. And I really, like I said before, I love colorful makeup and I do really enjoy doing makeup with colors that I don't typically use. So I definitely got a challenge and I will for sure try to do a good look with this. Plus last month I got the palette that I wanted out of the 2, so this month it's fine if I didn't get the one that I want. There will always be next time. So this palette is called Buttercup Blossom and here's the front of it. And the back with the same beautiful artwork. This one doesn't have a description, so I'm sad about that because I do like reading them. But let's take a look on the inside, shall we? Okay, the protector just fell off. But here's what it looks like on the inside. Taking a look on the inside, I actually don't hate it as much as I anticipated. I definitely this still isn't my color, but I do like the golds in here, and I think I'm gonna be able to create a fairy-esque look with this. Here are some arm swatches for you. I do enjoy the look of some of these shades, so it's not a total loss. We're gonna make this work. So now that we've seen everything that we get, let's move on to the try-on. And we're back. My foundation and concealer is already done because we do have these two brushes which are more for foundation, but I don't really like doing my foundation with brushes. I find that it looks streaky even after I've blended it on my skin for like 5 minutes. I did not use these, but I will use the other face brushes. If you notice this stain, I just wanted to let you know that this is because of the swatches that I've done of the palette, and because I'm clumsy, I ended up staining my shirt, which is why I don't wear white often, but I took a gamble and clearly it didn't work out. But first we will be doing our eyes and then we'll move on to the face. So let's start with the palette. Looking at these shades, there's really not much you can do with it. I'm definitely going to dabble in most of the yellows and see what we can come up with. My eyes are already primed and I'm going to be using the small crease brush, which is the E23. And I'm going to take the darkest yellow, which is called Flirt of Feelings. I'm going to start slowly building it on the outer corner. And I'm dragging it a little bit outside of the crease. Gonna blend the edges ever so slightly. This shade so far is building nicely and it is quite pigmented. Next up I'm taking this fluffy blending brush, which is the F37. I'm gonna be taking the shade Full Moon, which is this pastel yellow. Trying to blend the edges out with this, but I have no idea how it's gonna work. It is doing the job, but I thought it would show up more. Gonna try to add a little bit on the inner corner. Yeah, you can definitely see it better on its own. This is also a very nice shade. Right in the center, I'm going to be adding Daisy Dreams just to connect the two. Right in the middle here. So far, all of them are showing up really well. But anyway, this is about as deep as we can get with the shades, so let's move on to the shimmers. On the outer corner, I'm going to be taking the shade Take Flight, and I'm placing it right in this spot. This is more of a metallic rustic gold, but it's very pretty. In the middle, I'm going to be taking the shade Golden Glow. This was actually the shade that caught my eye the most, and you can see why. It's so reflective. On the inner corner, I'm using the E32 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Blossom. It seems quite iridescent. And that's it for the upper lid. Now for the lower lid. I'm going to be taking the shade Buttercup Baby on my inner corner. Oh yeah, it is very pretty. I'm going back in with the E23 and adding the shade Flutter Feelings again. Just on this part right here, I'm not bringing it too much in the center. And in the center, I'm going back in with the shade Daisy Dreams. And those are the eyeshadows done. I'm gonna finish the eyes and I'll be right back for the face. And the eyes are now done. I tried to go for a double eyeliner situation. This turned out more neon-y than I was anticipating. I still think it looks cool, but what do you think? I'm gonna fill in my brows with the E33 brush. And I'm just using the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. Because my brows are super bushy already, all I do is essentially add the powder. Sometimes I also use a brow gel, but not always. And today I'm not going to, so I'm just going to use the spoolie side to run through my brows. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It made absolutely almost no difference whatsoever, but you can kind of tell that I added something there. Like I said, I don't tend to do that much to my brows because they don't really need a lot of gaps to fill. Next up for bronzer, I'm going to be using the F31 brush. I usually like something a lot fluffier than this, so let's see how it goes, but I'm going to try to go very light-handed. And also, I'm using a Kiko bronzer. You know, the ones that are baked? They usually come out with limited editions of the same bronzer every year. So I've had this one for like 4 years and it's still good to use. I added some on my brush and I'm just gonna blend it on the usual spot. Yeah, this doesn't disperse the bronzer as much as I like, but it's not a bad brush. I enjoy it. Just gotta blend it a little bit more. For the nose, I'm gonna be using the E29. I basically just remove most of the product from the brush and then shape the nose lightly. This brush is removing some of the foundation from my nose, but I usually use something a lot fluffier than this, so I can't judge it for that because it's an eye brush. Okay, well, my nose hasn't looked this bad in a long time, but hopefully the blush can hide it a little bit. For the blush brush, I'm going to be taking the E34. I don't want to add a lot of blush today because I want the focus to be on the eyes, but I'm just going to add like a tiny bit. She says as she adds more than she wanted to, and a little bit on the nose. By the way, this is the Oden's Eye blush in the shade Peach Gleam. And now we're gonna try out the highlighter. This has a very oily consistency, and the chances that this is gonna remove my foundation are very, very big, because this is not a face highlighter. And I know that, but I still wanna try it. I'm gonna tap it very gently on the face, and hopefully it doesn't disrupt it too much. Yeah, tapping it very gently kind of worked, so I hope it dries down. I don't know if you can see the shine, but it's very pretty. Gonna add more on the rest of the face. If I didn't feel like a fairy before, I definitely do now. So the face is just about done. I'm gonna finish my lips and then I'll come back for the final thoughts.